Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the third annual David Diaz Short Track Challenge. On the pole is Eric Monaco, Joseph Curtis, Al Lagacy, Luis Hernandez, Justin Jones, Dylan Schwallenberg, Robbie Jackson, Gator Harrison, Zorlian, Fitzwater, Tim Brooks Jr. beside Bobby Joe Martins, Eli Bright, Carl Johnson. Green flag is in the air, and we're racing at Richmond for the David Diaz Short Track Challenge. Cram-packed crowd here as sportsman qualifying. The qualifying race, we actually had to do a race because there was no grip. It had rained. There was no grip, and you can see the two up out of shape. There's really not enough rubber still on this racetrack. Zorley and Doran the two up out of the way. On lap 2, we're already door banging. But that's just for $100,000 in cash. Gator Harrison using the 43 up. Still using him up. Robbie Jackson up beside Joseph Curtis. Battle for the lead. Luis Hernandez will battle with Justin Jones. Hernandez will take the lead in that number 23 Edelbrock Chevrolet. The 14 and the 23. Oh, caution is out on the speedway. Tim Brooks Jr. is around, and I think he's the only car. I don't see anybody else with damage. You see Seth Cole in the number 92. He's already got that carbon, that black nose on that thing. He knows it's going to be a wild night. But you could also see, I think he also went with the Monte Carlo nose. Yeah. A lot of these late models, you can replace the noses on them pretty easy, and I think Seth went with a Monte Carlo nose over the Impala nose, and right now the Impalas are sitting at 1-2. The 62 is a Chevrolet SS nose, so you can see the difference in noses. You even have a Pontiac nose, a Charger nose, a couple Charger noses. 43 car doesn't have any nose, any specific nose, just got a late model nose. Let's see what brought our caution out. Tim Brooks Jr., the original winner, the first annual David Diaz Short Track Challenge winner. Oh, he gets a little help there from the 18 of Samet Oskin. Both of them are fine. Both of them are alright. They got some rear end damage, but it don't matter. It's late model racing, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get you back here to the green flag in just a moment. Welcome back here to Richmond. Hernandez will lead Justin Jones back to the green flag. Green flag back in the air. We're racing again at Richmond. And the 23 and 14 got a great jump on the 62 of Al Lagacy. Ooh, Al Lagacy sideways. And this could be a battle between these two. We've seen these two actually battle. Ooh, contact. We've seen Justin Jones and Hernandez battle at other racetracks. Here comes Bobby Joe Martins with a full head of momentum. So 3 of the old Impala noses are doing pretty well. Oh, Oskin get turned head on into the wall. Tim Brooks is going to spin in the oil. Caution is going to be out in turn 4. David Diaz has got a little bit of nose damage on that number 9. And that was a huge hit. And these cars that race it back, they did not take the caution. Justin Jones looks to be the leader. Then Hernandez, then Bobby Joe Martins. So we're going to take a look at what brought out our yellow flag. I think we kind of know. David Diaz really had nowhere to go. Samet Oskin drove it in there. I mean, just drove it. where there's not enough rubber on this track. We've only ran 10 laps. There's still not enough rubber. You can just see that 18 just starts sliding because there's no lateral grip, and hard into the wall goes the 18. And it's a 2-for-2 night for Samet Oskin, as he was involved in the first incident with the 3, and then he gets involved in that one. And watch the 3 slide up in the oil. So did the 22. Zach King got up in that oil, spun it around. A lot of new faces here at the David Diaz Short Track Challenge. We're going to meet you some of them that are usually not in the event. Joseph Curtis, I think this is his first time in the show. James Kinghart, I think it's his first time. Eric Monaco, probably his first time. Diego Yepez's first time. Seth Cole. Eli Bright's first time. Stephen Wallace Jr., Gatlin Downey, Jack James, Dion Moon, Max Luger, RJ Bishop. Every one of these guys are brand new here to the David Diaz Short Track Challenge. We'll get you back here to the green flag, folks. Welcome back to Richmond International Raceway for the David Diaz Short Track Challenge 3rd Annual. Justin Jones will lead Hernandez. Bobby Joe Martins around this racetrack. You have Carl Johnson, Al Lagasse, Joseph Curtis, James Kinghart, Gator Harrison, Dylan Schwallenberg, and Jonathan Zorley, and you round out your top 10. Green flag. Back up in the air. Justin Jones in that 14 Keystone Light Chevrolet. His top 3, though, has been pretty good. Look at the 15. Carl Johnson in that Pontiac. He's all over the back of Bobby Joe Martin. Joseph Curtis all over the back of Al Lagasse. It's good to see Al back. Oh, Al driving that thing in deep. Going to make a pass. Justin Jones falling way back. Looked like he got up out of the groove, out of the rubber, and went straight to the wall with it. Looks like Hernandez did the same thing. Here comes Joseph Curtis in the number 91 Ford. He drives a Chevrolet in Sportsman for his Curtis Family Racing. But today, I mean, they got a Ford for the show. Late model. Oh, he's up out of the groove. David Diaz is blowing up. No caution. Looks like Zach King's got a lot of damage. Still no caution. Hernandez going back to the point, passing Al Lagasse. We've got 2 cars down the back straightaway that are killed. David Diaz, the owner of the show. 22 can't get to pit lane. The 9 does make it. Joseph Curtis is going to battle with Hernandez into turn 1. Oh, look at the 22. It's all over the apron down here. There's oil on the racetrack, apparently. A ton of oil. That's what drivers are saying. Hernandez all over the back of the 90. Oh, man. We got to go back here and look because this might not be good. Robbie Jackson almost wrecking. Zach King will make it to pit road. Oh, contact. Who is that? Tony Newman has it locked down. That will bring a caution out. Oh, Robbie Jackson hard into the wall. Oh, wow. Looks like... Now, these 2 were racing a little rough. We seen Robbie have to use him up when Zach King was on the apron. Maybe not. Man, looks like Jack James just had enough of being behind Robbie Jackson. Let's right on board with this 8 car. And I mean, that's a huge hit. Robbie Jackson has destroyed that race car. Man. Jack James just hooked him. Just hard into the wall. And he just killed that late model. Robbie Jackson's car is still sitting in pit road. The original caution, we did see what that happened. Just a little contact beating and banging, I think, down the back. Dillon got in the back of him, gave him a little bump. He gets into Stephen Wallace Jr. and around. I mean, Newman just locked the tires up. So Newman's probably glad for that caution. Come in and got 4 fresh Hoosier tires on board that machine. Let's get you your top 10. Before we go to break, it's Curtis, Hernandez, Zorlian, Harrison, Bright, Luger, Legacy, Bobby Joe Martin, Seth Cole, and Gatlin Downey. That is your top 10, ladies and gentlemen. We will get you back to green flag action. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Cars that are out. Jackson, King, Diaz, and Oskin are out of the show. And the $100,000 David Diaz Short Track Challenge 3rd Annual. Green flag back in the air. And we're racing again. Joseph Curtis, Luis Hernandez, Zorlian. Top 3. All 3 sportsman drivers. Oh, wow. Hernandez made a power move. And I mean, just drove that thing in there. Slid all the way up. And man, I don't think Joseph Curtis was expecting that. 3 wide, Gator Harrison. He won this thing last season, got him a job at Joe Gibbs. Schwallenberg complaining his car's too tight. He just keeps getting up out of the rubber. That's why he's so far back. We've seen that with a lot of cars. They just get up out of the contact being made. Seth Cole and somebody were hooked the front bumpers. Look at the 6 of Max Luger. Seth Cole driving that thing under Eli Bright. Well, it's getting down to crunch time. We're 10 to go. Look at Hernandez up out of the rubber. Sliding the rear tires. Maybe the tires are shot now. Harrison to the lead. Zorlian to second. Luger to third. Max Luger has had a terrible season in the Sportsman Series. Has only made 1 start at Salem, and man, he's trying every which way but loose to get up through here. To show some of these teams, hey, maybe I need to drive for a big name team. Gator Harrison did that last season by winning this race, and now he has pulled out to a huge lead. Won it last season in the 046, the Advanced Auto Parts Chevrolet. This season leading in the Home Depot Toyota. Zorlian and Hernandez battle for second. Seth Cole starting to charge. Joseph Curtis using Luger, put him all the way in the wall. The 6 car is totaled. I think it's destroyed. Oh, big crash. 62 around. But was the caution already out before that? So I see Dylan Schwallenberg. Let's see what happened. I'm thinking a caution was already out. RJ Bishop and Dylan Schwallenberg. I think Dylan just had enough of people roughing him up and just took RJ Bishop out. And it just broke everything in that 28's front end. So that brought out the caution. I'm thinking, yeah, caution was already out. Before the 62, I think just gets in some oil. And man, Luger had nowhere to go. And I was having a good run, and now the front end's pretty kill on it. I don't know if we're going to get this thing back under green. Man, Justin Jones had fell all the way back to 15th. Al Lagasse got a little chunk of that. He was up in the top 10 earlier. Currently, the leader is Gator Harrison, looking to go 2 for 2 here in the David Diaz Short Track Challenge. Zorlian sits second. Third is Gatlin Downey. We'll see if we'll get this race back green. We are back live. Pace car cut its lights off. We're having a one-lap shootout. $100,000 on the line for one lap. Can Zorlian get a great start? I mean, it don't matter where you finish. Only first matters in this race. Gator Harrison has won this thing once. Won it last season. Got him a job at Joe Gibbs, looking to go back to back. This time in a Joe Gibbs car, a Joe Gibbs late model. Green flag back in the air. It's a green and white. Zorlian got a great start. Look at Seth Cole already trying to make a charge. Gatlin Downey trying to make a pass. Oh, this is going to be wild in the 3. Look at Downey trying to make it 3 wide. Look at Gator Harrison. He slid all the way up out of the groove. Gatlin Downey is going to win the David Diaz Short Track Challenge. I'm thinking Harrison spotter told him 3 wide. I think that's what got him up out of shape. Seth Cole backed out of it. Into 3, I mean, Downey pulls out, and it was about to be a 3 wide situation. And I think Harrison's spotter said 3 wide, and look at the 20, way up out of the groove. Way out of the rubber. You can see the rubber on the track, and you can see how far up out of that rubber he was. Entry of the corner, man, he had just a barely little bit of rubber tires in the rubber, and he is gone. And we had a caution, apparently. But Gatlin Downey will win it. Gatlin Downey is a David Diaz Short Track Challenge champion. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to the David Diaz Short Track Challenge. Here's your official results. On the screen, you can pause and see where you finished. This is top 28. And this is from 3rd to 30th, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast today of the David Diaz Short Track Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Until we meet again.